Hi everybody, I thought I'd shoot a quick Oak Hill progress video. It won't be very long because when I'm traveling I didn't get a whole lot done. I spent more time rail fanning than anything else. Took yesterday and today off. Today's Tuesday. But I've got some doctor appointments, and yesterday I had to take the dog to the vet. Had to do some stuff around the house, so I am planning on doing some work. And I do have a little bit of comp time through the rest of the week, so I'll be working some shorter days. Hopefully I can get some stuff done. Enough of that. Let me show you what I have been working on. I haven't done anything more on the crane, although I got it back out of my box, my travel box, and started. It's sitting on the workbench, so I'll start back into that. I still have to get the railings. I have one ladder to put on, and then I'm probably going to need to paint it. But I was Googling some pictures of typical paint schemes for those, and so I picked up some paint at the hobby shop in Nitro. So going to be working on that. The building that goes down here, unfortunately in my travel box it's a wood building. I had the walls assembled and it got mashed, so I'm gluing it back together, and I can continue working on that. In the meantime, I'm working on the scrapyard, and I'll show you a little bit how I did this. I shot a few videos how I actually did because this is built on the remains of an old brickyard. So this was a concrete loading dock, and so that's what I tried to simulate there. I've got some sculptor mold to put at each end. So there's going to be a road coming up into the scrapyard here for the trucks to bring in the scrap, and the gondolas will sit here and the crane will load the scrap into them. I think I probably already showed you how I painted these loads so they weren't just all rust color. And there's going to be a low fence here. Can't really tell what it's made out of. It looks like it's maybe about 4 feet tall, sitting on top of the concrete platform, and then there'll be the chain link fence at the end of the platform on both ends. And in my view, the scrapyard comes on out this way, so I'm not going to model any buildings because the building that is actually there is back here. So I'm not going to model any buildings. Now this is all going to be grunged up with dirt and stuff. You'll be able to see the concrete poking through in places, which is why I did it, but it's not going to look like this. Scrapyards are generally pretty dirty, nasty places. So this is mostly going to be covered with dirt, and but you'll be able, again, like I said, you'll be able to see the concrete peeking through in a few places. Back here is the footprint for Cedar Heights clay. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I was worried that it was going to be too small, but it's actually much deeper than I thought. Now I may not bring it all the way out to here. This was just my maximum, and I probably won't. It'll probably actually come more down into here. But I took that with me, intending to work on it on my trip, and didn't get it done, didn't touch it. I said I spent more time rail fanning. The other thing that I've done is I did pick up, I told you I always try to buy something at hobby shops. So I've got a B&O hopper and a Western Maryland 2-bay hopper, which will fit in with the, my some clay hoppers, 2-bay hoppers on here. So I'll weather it up. Since I'm modeling, Western Maryland was part of the chassis system at this point. Anything goes. It could be an Oak Hill. The open top hopper, there's a facility that I did not model in Oak Hill that actually loaded clay in open top hoppers. I could say that that's the offline. That would be like one of the staging industries down there, so I could occasionally ship an open top hopper down there. That's really the only open top hopper I have other than the DT&I ones that I got. So really that's about it for my progress at Oak Hill. I will put in the sort of show you how I did this loading platform, and I'll zoom in on it a little bit here. I think I can do that. You can see I sort of scribed the lines in it. They're 16-foot squares. That's from what I've seen. I actually got on Google Earth and I looked at the brickyard that I am modeling, because it's still, and the squares of concrete were about 16 feet in size. So I think that's a kind of a typical standard for those. I'm going to put, like I said, I'll put some pictures of the scrapyard like it is now, and I'll sort of put a couple videos of how I did this, and then I'm going to tack a video on here at the end about I bought an undecorated SW7 also from Broadway Limited. Actually, I originally just planned on buying the one chassis, but then Benjamin found a place that was a little bit cheaper, and I thought, well, you know, the DT&I had some SW7s, so I could paint it orange pretty easy if I want another DT&I engine. But it has a different type of issue with it, and I'll show you the video on what that issue is. And besides that, I think I'd better shut up and post this, because talking a lot. Here's another view. Now, I'm modeling the scrapyard looking the other way, but this is the wall I need to build on top of the loading dock. It's about 4 foot tall. It looks like it's steel. One thing I want to point out is look at all the trees in this scrapyard. I would never have thought to put actual grown trees in a scrapyard. I might stick a couple in there. This is the base for my loading dock. It's 3/8 inch balsa wood, which is just a tad low in end scale for the height that needs to be. So to bring it up to the right height, I put some 020 styrene on top of it, and I marked it with pencil every 16 scale feet, so like there's squares of concrete. So I take the back of the X-Acto knife and I just scribe it a couple times just so I can feel it. And I just go on down the sheet. Again, I'm not trying to cut it. I don't want to cut this. So, and this is the same way I do my sidewalks too, although obviously not this big squares. So after I scribed the lines, I sanded it with a piece of fine sandpaper, because I don't want any ridges. I didn't really want anything standing up. I just wanted the grooves. Then I airbrushed it with this Vallejo concrete paint, which I used on the sidewalks. Like I said, I think it's too dark. So then I came back with the Tamiya weathering weathering powder, the snow, and I just really liberally dusted it in there. Again, like I said, most of it's going to be covered up anyhow. But that's how I did my loading dock. Hi everybody, I'm going to do a quick update on the SW7. So I actually bought two. I got them from different companies. I was only going to get one, the chassis one, and then my friend Benjamin told me that this other place had them for a little bit cheaper. And like I said, they always say if you think you might want something and it's available now, buy it, because it may never be available again. So I took the plunge and I got an undecorated one. And my thinking was I might paint it for R.J. Corman or possibly DT&I, because they had some SW7s. So I got it in. I ran it around my test track. It's run for 2 hours, 15 minutes each direction, then flipped it around 15 minutes each direction. Did that twice, so it's run for 2 hours. Good news is it stalls less on turnouts. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it does stall less. The very, very bad news is that it has a really, I think there's some binding between the trucks. So I'm going to start it up at slow speed. I mean, I don't know if you're able to see it on the video, but it shakes a lot and it surges. It's like it jerks down the track. So I'll start it up at speed step 1 and try to pan with it. Alright, so we'll come backwards now. It's actually at speed step 2. I mean, the shaking is real obvious when you're here in person. Again, I don't know if it's like that on the camera. As far as the other one, sent it to Benjamin. He has 2 himself. He's having some stalling problems as well. But he's looked at it, and we talked about the wheel wear, and it's obvious. He said there's no obvious fix for that. He can't figure out how, he could do something to fix that. On this one, it really looks about the same as the other one. I ran the other one more, but again, this one isn't stalling as much. It runs through the turnouts better. So it's like it has better electric pickup. It's just has the, I guess it's just binding between the trucks somehow. I'm not going to mess with it. I've asked Benjamin if he wants me to send it to him, or I should just send it back to BLI. Again, if he looks at it, it's not going to be anything that's going to void any warranty. So I've had people ask me about it, so I thought I'd go ahead and do a real quick video on it. But I'll probably just tack this onto a video later for showing what I'm working on at Oak Hill. So I don't want to copy Jawtooth any more than I do, I guess. This is Bunny, and Bunny, I would say that the fur makes her look fat, but it's not true. She's really that fat. I found Bunny. She had just been born in a cardboard box with her mother and 3 other siblings somebody had dumped in the woods, and so Ellen went out and rescued them and nursed them, and we were able to adopt out everyone, the whole family except for Bunny, and we kept her, and she's about 9 years old now. So we called her Bunny because we had trouble thinking of her name. She used to hop. She's too fat to hop now, but it's pretty sedentary. But she's a real sweetie, and she loves my wife. So now you've seen 3 of the 4 cats. I'll show you Tux in the next video. Everybody stay safe.